negative 2x squared, and then positive 8x squared. So make sure you're treating this as negative 2 times each of these. That's kind of a common mistake to make.
Oh, yeah, see where I got wrong. So yeah, it'd be plus. I think it was in the second step because I was confused like part of that. I think yeah. Now I get it. Yeah, because you're adding eights, then it'd be positive, not negative. Right. Yeah. Yep. Right. The next one. Right, this is the next one. The next one, the instructions are use Pascal's triangle to expand the binomial. Draw the triangle first to show the coefficients needed. In class, a teacher did do it a little bit of a different way by, yeah, but the method that we used the other day seems to work for all of them.
Yeah, this is you only gotta do this once. You just keep these numbers going, put it on the cover page or off to the side.
And then she said that you have to like uh because instead of like looking at like the example the Pascal triangle over and over, you just add the one and then add the two numbers before it. Was that true, or does that make sense?
Yeah, to like to get the three is 1 plus 2, the 3 is 2 plus 1, the 4 is 1 plus 3.
And the one just carries down each time.
Yeah, it
Both of the
always carries
ones.
down. Yeah. There's another way
Got
to
it.
get this, but that's the case here. I believe we did this one or one like it. I mean, you can't come up with that many variations on these that are reasonable to do by hand, but you start with 2x to the power of 5 minus 3y to the power of 0, and then you just go down by 1 each time. Minus 3y to the power of 1, minus 3y to the power of 2, minus 3y to the power of 4, minus 3y to the power of 5. And then you have to fill in this coefficient from that list in all of them.
And the negative would go with the
It goes with the 3y. So the negative 3y is the second term, and that's really important that you group them correctly. So did your teacher talk about a calculator or by hand? Like what's your
she said for this specific type of problem you can use the calculator.
okay.
Reflect for example, like I think it was another one. It's like the x minus 6 to the power of 6. That probably wouldn't be calculator. So
So I'm gonna start working these out.
All right, yeah, I think I got the same thing.
All right. Well, it's quite a bit of work.
Oh,
It's
wait, up. Oh, I forgot this. Oh, yeah, no, never mind.
it's easy to miss the coefficient. You can
I
get
think
a
on the
sign up.
first one, I thought I got it correct, and then I checked it. So, the first one, I think I just forgot that it's 2x to the fifth. So I just put 2x to the fifth as the answer instead of seeing the fifth part.
It's either well, they do alternate in sign when there's a negative inside here. There's other things that could happen, but um, you're going to get something like that on the test. So just do what you need to do to practice a few of them till you're comfortable with that.
So that's one of the questions on the homework. Um, by the way, we did get our tests back for chapter 3, the final chapter 3 test
Mhm.
that I took before break. We did get that back today. And we did go over in class, and most of it, some of it was clear as like we're getting the plus or minus after a square root.
Huh?
Uh, but some of it, I think might have been conceptual. So let's go over that really quickly. Um, Here, let me take a scan of this.
I think is there um The file
Yeah,
you're
I would
putting
just
it, so
scan.
okay.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just
yeah, I
scan
didn't
the PDF.
didn't want you to think I was just gone or
Let me put it in this. All right, so I'd like to go over the test that we got back today, which is the chapter 3 test.
hmm?
Uh, so yeah, this would be on the final. Uh, but first I have to go for, I think, let's go over 5, the first one that's wrong on the page.
All right, let me get it downloaded.
Yeah,
There it is. Okay. Save. All right, open. All right, I'm sorry, you said number 5.
yeah.
All right. Do you want me to check your work or do you want me to just redo it? Because I only have a small error.
Probably maybe just check it because I feel like it might be a signer somewhere that
Yeah.
I've translated to that.
All right. So
Oh, wait, I think I might see it.
so I've mentioned this a few times, and I really want you to do this. You really need to substitute in parentheses, especially for negatives. It didn't impact you, but it's classic error.
Yeah, I kind of see where I
Um,
got where I went
it's
wrong. I
right
think it,
there. It should be. Then you have the next one. That's supposed to be a plus,
yeah, because it's negative 12 times negative 2.
right? So the
Yeah.
thing is, your answer worked, and you thought, "Oh, good, I got it right," and you didn't. So it's bad. So it's 7 plus or minus the square root of 73 over 6 over 6. That's the only thing. Because the square root of 73 is prime.
Not it.
Right. What's next?
Um, let's go over let's go over number 6, but the last one. The one
Okay.
that's 4i over 5 plus 12i.
Yeah, let's take a look at
The
it.
one before I kind of understood that was a sign error. I looked at the teacher's word and compared it. The last one is still don't understand.
Yeah, so you got this is fine if you multiplied by the conjugate. All right, so it's uh the issue here is that it's when you have a on the bottom here you have a plus b times a minus b, you're squaring you're squaring them. So 5, it ends up being this line right here should be 5 squared minus 12 squared I squared, and you doubled it. 12 squared is 144. I'm sorry, it's plus. No, I'm sorry. This should be a minus. That's what the issue is also. That should be a minus. So you multiply the top and bottom by the same thing. We might want to just redo this one. There's a lot here that's didn't go to plan. 5 plus 12i. So it's got to be the same on the top and bottom. And I've done exactly what you've done in videos where I've actually not used the same sign. It has to be the same on the top and bottom. You had a plus down here. Second thing is that on the bottom, it becomes 25 minus 144 I squared. It's really 5 squared minus 12 squared I squared. You doubled the 12 instead of multiplying by 2. Does that make sense? So the
Yeah.
bottom becomes 169 because this ends up being positive 144. And then up top, your top is fine. It was 20i minus 48i squared, which is 20i plus 48. You just have to switch the order. Um, so 48 over 169 plus 20 over 169i, like that. Your instructor shows a problem, and same thing in the previous one, where the most common mistake ends up working out nicely. So it's really kind of a tough thing. If you think you did it right, looks good. The real world isn't like that, though. Usually your intuition is good, especially in technical fields. You do kind of trust that.
Yeah, I think I understand how I got that wrong now.
I didn't hear anything you just said. Hopefully you heard most of the explanation.
Yeah, the only reason why I thought it was a plus is that I wrote it kind of like I wrote the minus 12 on the bottom, like really close together, so it looked like a plus to me then. That's probably why I mistaked it for a plus, and then kind of went down that path.
Yeah,
So
I write big. I would struggle with this exam. I would run out of room. I would want to do it on another page or something.
um for number 7, I kind of realized that it was just the mistake of not putting a plus. I forgot the plus or minus after taking the square root of 36 on number 7 on the PDF.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I mean that's all it is. There's two answers.
then for number 9, not really sure what got wrong there.
I'm looking it over. I'm looking it over. You multiply by 3. All right. Yeah, so you cannot factor sum of squares. So this line, let me get down here because it's really good. This line is fine. Sorry, the one below it is fine, but if you move the 4 over and get x squared equals -4, when you take the square root of that, you get two complex roots. This though on the left though is this is called sum of squares, which there's no factoring of it.
Got it.
All right. So when you take the square root of both sides, you get x equals plus or minus 2i, like that.
Got it.
What else?
Um, let's go ahead to number 2 because I didn't really understand as well as doing the test either. We need a little more practice with these problems. It could have been better if I practiced more like off this, but it's the one where it's the hypotenuse of the right triangle number two on the yellow sheet of the calculator. Okay, sheet.
Okay. The number two on the calculator. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. The hypotenuse of a right triangle is 4 inches longer than one leg and 2 inches longer than the other. Find the three sides of the triangle. Okay. Yeah, so this one's different than what you had been doing, which maybe where the issue was. So it says here, and I think this is, I can see why this is challenging. I mean, I'm sort of like, oh, that's a weird question. The hypotenuse of a triangle is 4 inches longer than one leg. So let's just call that x. So it's x plus 4, and then 2 inches longer than the other. So it's also y plus 2. Is that okay?
Um, but okay, yeah, yeah, I get that.
Okay, so like one of the things here is that we can't have we can't have more than one variable when we're doing Pythagorean theorem. So we want to basically solve this equation. We want to solve for y. Okay, so y ends up equaling x minus 2. If you move the 2 to the other side. So our new triangle is now x, x minus 2, and x plus 4.
Wait, I'm confused. How do you take the x plus 4 equals y plus 2 to the triangle below?
Well, you can use either x plus 4 or y plus 2 on the hypotenuse, either one.
All right.
All right. So you can use either x plus 4 or y plus 2 on the hypotenuse. Like either one, they're equal. And so you solve it for y because you can't have y here on this leg. You need to have the same variable.
Oh, so you solve for y, you get y equals x minus 2, and then you put
Yeah.
okay, got it.
All right. So now, you can treat this as uh we have A, we have B, we have C. So you have A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And so that's x minus 2 squared plus x squared equals x plus 4 squared, like that. Do you want to try solving it from here?
Yeah.
You do end up using, looks like quadratic formula completing the square to finish this one off.
Um, I started doing, but I realized I had made a mistake, so I'm going back and fixing it.
I mean, I'm looking at like, it's an x squared minus 12x
I combined the two
minus
x
12.
squareds.
Yeah, and you'll cancel one out from over here when you move everything over.
Got it. So then it'd be
So, I mean, this is a fully loaded question, lots of places to make mistake. But yeah, I just checked with some software. This looks good. We are getting close to being out of time. Any questions on this, if your explanation needed?
uh, no, I think I get it now.
Okay.
At least like how to do it, yeah. I was really
I
confused on
mean,
this one. I was taking
like
the
like if mom or dad asks, like, why didn't you do on this project? The answer is, well, it was different than the others that you did on the homework reviews, and then it required quadratic formula. All the other ones factored nicely. So, I mean, kind of like, I don't know what to tell you. It's like if they give you a problem different than what you had on the practice, it's hard to be ready for that. So the thing you probably should have known, and then maybe I don't know, is is that there is a solution, but I mean, has that happened before where the teacher's giving you a problem and there is no solution to a one of these physical problems?
um like in the past she asked us problems where there was no solution, maybe not like this specific type, but that was like supposed to be no solution.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we could make one up where there is no solution, but on a test, you might, right.
But usually I noticed that she usually gives like the majority of questions at least done like very close to the review, and then like some one or two like that might not be on the review or something like that. But majority of the questions are usually on like the review.
All right, well, we are out of time for today, so we're gonna go ahead and stop